Hello, everyone. It's always exciting to have you here. And today, we're diving into something that could truly transform your life. Imagine being able to master English listening and speaking skills and speak English fluently in just 5 months. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, here's the spoiler. Yes, it's absolutely possible. In this lesson, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. By the end of this video, you'll know what fluency really means and how it's different from perfection, how to approach learning English effectively using proven strategies, how to make the most of your time to speed up your progress. And that's not all. We're also going to tackle some of the most common myths about learning languages, things that might be holding you back, and break down the most effective methods to help you succeed. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the idea of learning English? Maybe you've started before but didn't know where to focus. Or perhaps you've been practicing for years and still feel stuck. Don't worry, you're not alone. Here's the good news. You don't need to spend years or memorize thousands of words to achieve fluency. What you need is the right mindset, a solid plan, and consistency. So, grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's take this journey together. Whether you're a beginner or someone looking to fine-tune your skills, this lesson is packed with actionable tips to help you reach your English-speaking goals. Are you ready to unlock your potential and take your English to the next level? Let's get started. 1. Definition of fluency. Before we dive into the strategies to achieve fluency, let's first clarify what fluency actually means. Many people have misconceptions about this term, and understanding it correctly is essential for your learning journey. What is fluency? Fluency is often misunderstood. Many learners believe that being fluent means speaking a language perfectly without any mistakes, just like a native speaker. But here's the truth. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you'll never make grammar errors or hesitate while speaking. Even native speakers make mistakes, pause to think, or forget a word occasionally. Fluency is all about effective and natural communication. Imagine water flowing smoothly down a river. That's what fluency feels like. Your words come out naturally, and you can express your thoughts without getting stuck or overthinking. Key components of fluency. Smooth communication. Fluency means you can speak in a way that flows naturally. You don't need to stop and think for long periods about how to form sentences. Even if you pause occasionally, your communication remains clear and easy to understand. Confidence and comfort. A fluent speaker feels comfortable using the language in different situations. Whether it's ordering food at a restaurant, chatting with a friend, or discussing a work project, confidence plays a big role in fluency. Conversation readiness. Fluency means being able to hold a regular conversation about everyday topics. This includes things like talking about your day. Today, I went shopping and found a great deal on shoes, asking for directions. Excuse me, can you tell me, Where the nearest train station is? Discussing hobbies. I love painting landscapes in my free time. What about you? Comprehension. Fluency isn't just about speaking. It's also about understanding. A fluent person can follow a conversation, comprehend spoken English in real time, and respond appropriately without needing to constantly translate in their head. Making mistakes. Without fear. Fluency doesn't mean speaking flawlessly. It's okay to make mistakes as long as your message is understood. For example, if you say, "I go to the store yesterday," the grammar isn't perfect, but the meaning is clear. And that's what matters most in communication. Fluency versus perfection. Let's address one of the biggest misconceptions. Fluency is not the same as perfection. Perfectionists often struggle with fluency because they fear making mistakes. They spend too much time trying to craft the perfect sentence instead of focusing on expressing their ideas. Remember, the goal of learning English is communication, not perfection. Here's an important point. Even native speakers make mistakes. They might forget a word, use slang incorrectly, or mix up grammar rules. What makes them fluent is their ability to communicate smoothly despite these occasional errors. So, don't let the fear of making mistakes hold you back. Fluency in everyday life. Fluency doesn't mean you need to know every single word in the dictionary. Most conversations use common, everyday vocabulary. For example, common topics: weather, food, work, hobbies, travel, family. Simple sentences: "It's sunny today, isn't it?" Or, "What do you like to eat for breakfast?" You don't need advanced words like metamorphosis or photosynthesis to have meaningful conversations. Focus on learning practical vocabulary and phrases that you'll use often. Levels of fluency. Fluency exists on a spectrum. You don't need to reach native-like fluency to be fluent. Here are some levels to consider. Basic fluency. You can hold simple conversations about familiar topics. Conversational fluency. You can discuss a variety of topics with ease and express your thoughts comfortably. Professional fluency. You can communicate effectively in a work environment, including giving presentations, writing emails, and discussing specialized topics. Your goal might depend on your needs. For example, if you want to travel, basic fluency might be enough. If you're aiming for a job abroad, professional fluency will be your target. What fluency feels like. Imagine this scenario. You're traveling to a new country where English is spoken. At the airport, you see signs in English and you understand them without translating. The receptionist at your hotel greets you in English and you respond confidently. Later, you chat with other travelers, sharing stories and learning about their cultures. That's fluency in action. It's about being able to navigate real-life situations smoothly, connect with others, and enjoy the experience without feeling overwhelmed by language barriers. Why defining fluency is important. Understanding what fluency means will help you set realistic goals and measure your progress effectively. If you believe fluency equals perfection, you might feel discouraged when you make mistakes. But if you define fluency as smooth and effective communication, you'll recognize and celebrate your achievements along the way. Takeaway: fluency is not about speaking perfectly or knowing every word. It's about speaking naturally and confidently, expressing your thoughts without hesitation, connecting with others, and navigating real-life situations. By redefining fluency, you'll approach your English learning journey with more confidence, less pressure, and a clearer focus on what truly matters: communication. Now that we've clarified what fluency means, let's move on to the next part: how to achieve fluency in just 5 months. P2. Concept of fluency in 5 months. Now that we understand what fluency means, let's explore the big question: can you really become fluent in English in just 5 months? The answer is a resounding yes, but it requires the right mindset, a focused approach, and consistent effort. In this section, I'll explain how it's possible and guide you through the steps to achieve fluency in such a short time. Is fluency in 5 months really possible? You might be skeptical. How can anyone achieve fluency in such a short amount of time? The key lies in 2 factors: how effectively you use your time, how consistently you practice. Let's clear up a common misconception. Time alone does not determine fluency. It's not about how many months or years you've spent learning English, but rather how efficiently you've used that time. Someone who studies for 2 hours every day with focus and determination can achieve fluency much faster than someone who practices irregularly over several years. It's all about the quality and quantity of your learning. The 600-hour rule. Research shows that it typically takes around 600 hours of focused practice to achieve conversational fluency in a new language. Let's break that down. 600 hours over 5 months, or approximately 120 hours per month. That's about 4 hours per day, 5 days a week. While this might sound overwhelming at first, don't worry. You don't have to sit down and study for 4 hours straight every day. You can split your learning into smaller, manageable chunks throughout the day. Breaking down the daily 4 hours. Here's an example of how you could structure your daily practice. Morning, 1 hour. Listen to an English podcast or audiobook while having breakfast. Focus on understanding the overall message and noting down new vocabulary. Midday, 30 minutes. Review vocabulary using flashcards or a language app like Anki. Practice forming sentences with the new words you've learned. Afternoon, 1 hour. Watch an English TV show, movie, or YouTube video with subtitles. Pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, and sentence structure. Try shadowing. where you repeat what the characters are saying in real time. Evening. 1 hour. Practice speaking with a language partner, tutor, or even yourself. Focus on real-life conversations, such as describing your day or discussing a topic you're passionate about. Night, 30 minutes. Write a short journal entry about your day in English. Reflect on what you learned and any challenges you faced. By dividing your practice into smaller sessions, you'll avoid burnout and make language learning a natural part of your daily routine. The importance of consistency. Consistency is the foundation of achieving fluency in 5 months. Think of learning English like planting a tree. You can't expect it to grow overnight, but if you water it every day, it will eventually flourish. The same goes for your English skills. Regular daily practice will lead to steady improvement. Here are some tips for staying consistent. Set a fixed schedule. Treat your language practice like an important appointment you can't miss. Track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to record what you've learned each day. Celebrate milestones. Reward yourself when you reach small goals, like learning 50 new words or completing a week of consistent practice. Balancing quality and quantity. While the number of hours you spend learning is important, the quality of those hours is even more critical. You could spend 5 hours a day passively listening to English without focus, or you could spend 2 hours actively engaging with the language. The latter will yield far better results. Here's how to ensure high-quality practice. Active listening. Don't just let English play in the background. Pay attention to what's being said. Try to understand the meaning of sentences and repeat key phrases out loud to practice pronunciation. Comprehensible input. Use materials that are slightly above your current level. If you understand 70 to 80% of what you're reading or listening, 2, you're in the right zone. If it's too easy, you won't learn much. If it's too hard, you'll feel discouraged. Speaking practice. Speaking is the fastest way to build fluency. Practice talking out loud every day, even if you're just describing what you're doing or thinking. Find a language partner or tutor to simulate real-life conversations. Focused vocabulary building. Don't try to learn every word in the dictionary. Focus on high-frequency words and phrases that are used in daily conversations. Apps like Quizlet or Memories can help you practice vocabulary efficiently. Common myths about fluency in 5 months. Let's address some common myths that might hold you back. Myth: you need to know thousands of words to be fluent. Truth: you only need around 3,000 common words to hold most everyday conversations. Myth: you need to live in an English-speaking country to become fluent. Truth: with modern technology, you can immerse yourself in English no matter where you live. Myth: fluency means speaking without mistakes. Truth: fluency is about effective communication, not perfection. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process. The role of motivation and mindset. Learning English in 5 months requires dedication, but it's also a mental game. Staying motivated and maintaining a positive attitude are just as important as practicing regularly. Here's how to stay inspired. Remember your why. Why do you want to learn English? Is it for career growth, travel, or personal satisfaction? Keep your goal in mind. Visualize your success. Imagine yourself confidently speaking English in a meeting, while traveling or chatting with new friends. Find joy in learning. Choose topics and materials that interest you, like movies, books, or hobbies in English. What success looks like. After 5 months. At the end of 5 months, you might not sound like a native speaker, and that's okay. What you'll achieve is the ability to hold conversations confidently, a strong vocabulary of essential words and phrases, improved listening and speaking skills, the confidence to navigate real-life situations in English. Takeaway: Fluency in 5 months is achievable if you dedicate time every day to learning and practicing. Focus on quality over quantity. Stay consistent and motivated. The journey to fluency is about more than just learning a language. It's about discovering your potential and building confidence. Now, let's move on to the next section. Effective learning strategies to help you make the most of your time and effort. P3. Strategies for effective learning. Now that we've explored the concept of fluency in 5 months, it's time to dive into the heart of the journey. Strategies for effective learning. With the right methods, you can supercharge your progress. Make the most of your time and enjoy the process of mastering English. Immerse yourself in English. Immersion is one of the most powerful ways to learn any language. The more you surround yourself with English, the faster you'll internalize its sounds, structure, and usage. Practical tips for immersion. Change your environment. Set your phone, computer, and social media apps to English. This small change forces you to interact with the language daily. Watch TV shows and movies. Start with subtitles in your native language, then progress to English subtitles, and eventually no subtitles at all. Pay close attention to how characters speak and try to mimic their tone and pronunciation. Listen to English audio daily. Play podcasts, audiobooks, or music while commuting, exercising, or cooking. Choose content that interests you, so it feels enjoyable rather than like a chore. Create English-only zones. Designate specific times or areas in your home where you only speak, read, or listen to English. For example, while in the kitchen, practice saying, "I'm cooking pasta," or "I need to wash the dishes." By consistently exposing yourself to English in real-life contexts, you'll start thinking in the language and feel more confident using it. Focus on high frequency. Vocabulary fluency doesn't require an encyclopedic knowledge of English vocabulary. Most daily conversations rely on a core set of words and phrases. How to build your vocabulary. Start with the basics. Learn words for common categories like food, travel, family, work, and hobbies. Use flashcards. Apps like Anki or Quizlet can help you review vocabulary efficiently. Include example sentences to see the words in context. Practice context-based learning. Learn words as they relate to specific situations. For instance, when learning about shopping, focus on phrases like, "How much does this cost?" or "Can I pay by card?" Recycle and reuse. Revisit old vocabulary and use it in new ways. If you learned the word delicious, try using it in sentences like, "This pizza is delicious," or "The cake looks delicious." Focusing on words you'll actually use ensures your learning is practical and immediately applicable. Develop your listening skills. Listening is the foundation of language acquisition. By training your ear, you'll improve your ability to understand native speakers and recognize patterns in how English is spoken. Effective listening strategies. Active listening. Don't just let English audio play in the background. Focus on understanding the meaning and picking out key words and phrases. The shadowing technique. Listen to a short audio clip or video and repeat what you hear immediately, imitating the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Watch diverse content. Expose yourself to various accents and styles of speaking by watching movies, TV shows, news reports, or YouTube channels. Use transcripts. For podcasts or videos, find transcripts to follow along as you listen. This helps you connect written and spoken English. Daily listening practice will help you become more comfortable with English's natural flow and intonation. Practice speaking every day. Speaking is the most critical skill for fluency. It's where you actively use the language, turning passive knowledge into practical ability. Tips to boost speaking confidence. Talk to yourself. Narrate your day or describe what you're doing out loud. For example, "I'm making coffee," or "I need to call my friend." Find a language partner. Use apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or italki to connect with native speakers or fellow learners. Regular conversations will improve your fluency and boost your confidence. Record yourself, speak on a topic, and record it. Listen to identify areas for improvement, such as pronunciation or sentence structure. Learn conversation starters. Memorize useful phrases like, "How's your day going?" or "What do you think about this?" These will help you start conversations easily. Imitate native speakers. Repeat phrases from movies, podcasts, or videos. Focus on matching their pronunciation, intonation, and pace. The more you speak, the more natural English will feel. 5. Balance all 4 language skills. Fluency requires proficiency in all 4 key skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each skill reinforces the others, so it's important to practice them consistently. How to practice. Each skill, listening. Spend time each day listening to English media, focusing on understanding the main idea and specific details. Speaking. Engage in conversations, practice pronunciation, and narrate your thoughts in English. Reading. Read books, articles, or news in English. Start with beginner-friendly materials and gradually challenge yourself with more complex texts. Writing. Keep a daily journal. Write emails or join online forums where you can engage in written discussions. By integrating all four skills into your routine, you'll build a well-rounded foundation in English. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest barriers to fluency. Remember, mistakes are not failures. They're essential steps in the learning process. How to overcome the fear of mistakes. Focus on communication, not perfection. Your goal is to convey your message, not to sound like a native speaker. Learn from feedback. When someone corrects you, treat it as an opportunity to improve. Celebrate progress. Instead of dwelling on errors, focus on how much you've improved since you started. Adopting a growth mindset will help you stay motivated and confident as you learn. Use technology to your advantage. Technology makes language learning more accessible than ever. Take advantage of the tools and resources available to accelerate your progress. Recommended tools and apps. Vocabulary building, Anki, Quizlet, Memrise. Speaking practice. italki, Cambly, HelloTalk, .grammar, and Writing Help. Grammarly, Lingcute Interactive Learning, Duolingo, Babbel.media Resources, Netflix for movies and TV shows, YouTube for educational content, and Spotify for English podcasts. By incorporating these tools into your daily routine, you can create a dynamic and engaging learning experience. Stay motivated and consistent. Motivation is the fuel that keeps you moving toward your goal. Without it, even the best strategies won't work. How to stay motivated. Set clear goals. Break your ultimate goal into smaller milestones, like learning 50 new words in a week or completing a grammar module. Track your progress. Use a journal or app to document what you've learned and celebrate your achievements. Make it fun. Choose topics you love, like sports, music, or travel, to make learning enjoyable. Join a community. Connect with other learners through online forums, social media groups, or local meetups for support and encouragement. Consistency is the key to success. Even 30 minutes of practice every day is better than cramming once a week. Takeaway. Effective learning isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. By immersing yourself in English, focusing on practical vocabulary, balancing all four language skills, and staying motivated, you'll create a solid foundation for fluency. Remember, it's not about perfection, but about making steady progress every day. Are you ready to put these strategies into action? Let's move on to the next part: common challenges and how to overcome them. Before addressing common myths about learning English. When it comes to learning English, or any new language, many misconceptions and myths can discourage learners or lead them down unproductive paths. In this section, we'll address some of the most common myths about learning English, debunk them with facts, and provide guidance on how to navigate these misconceptions effectively. Myth 1. You need to speak like a native speaker to be fluent. The myth. Many people believe that fluency means sounding exactly like a native speaker, with perfect pronunciation and no grammatical errors. The truth. Fluency is about effective communication, not perfection. You don't need to sound like a native speaker to be fluent. Fluency means being able to express your thoughts clearly and understand others without too much hesitation. How to focus on communication. Instead, prioritize clarity over perfection. Focus on speaking in a way that others can easily understand, even if your accent or grammar isn't perfect. Learn natural expressions. Use common phrases and idioms to make your speech sound more fluid. For example, instead of saying, "I'm feeling very good," try, "I'm doing great." Embrace your unique voice. Your accent is a part of your identity and can make your English stand out. The goal is communication, not mimicking someone else's way of speaking. Myth 2. Adults can't learn languages as well as children. The myth. It's often said that children are better at learning languages than adults because their brains are more adaptable. The truth. While children may acquire languages differently, adults often have significant advantages in language learning, such as stronger problem-solving skills, better discipline, and access to structured learning methods. Adults can absolutely achieve fluency if they put in the effort. How to maximize your advantages as an adult. Learner. Leverage your experience. Use your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary from your native language to identify patterns in English. Set specific goals. Adults are better at setting and working toward clear goals. Define what fluency means for you and create a plan to achieve it. Practice consistently. Adults can maintain focus and commitment, which are critical for language learning success. Myth 3. You need to live in an English-speaking country to become fluent. The myth. Some believe that you can only learn English if you're fully immersed in an English-speaking environment. The truth. Thanks to technology, it's possible to immerse yourself in English from anywhere in the world. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to achieve fluency. How to create immersion anywhere online communities. Join language exchange programs, participate in forums, or find conversation partners on platforms like HelloTalk or Tandem. Consume English media. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, and read books in English regularly. Set up your environment. Change your device settings to English and use English for daily tasks, like shopping online or writing to-do lists. Myth 4. You must learn thousands of words to speak fluently. The myth. Some learners think they need to memorize every word in the dictionary to be considered fluent. The truth. You only need around 3 to 42 hours. High-frequency words to hold most everyday conversations in English. It's about learning the right words, not every word. How to build a practical vocabulary. Focus on common words. Start with words related to daily life, like food, family, travel, and work. Learn phrases, not just words. Knowing how to use words in context is more important than knowing them in isolation. For example, instead of memorizing go, learn phrases like go to the store or go on vacation. Practice with frequency lists. Use resources like word frequency lists to prioritize learning the most commonly used words in English. Myth 5. Grammar must be perfect before speaking. The myth. Some learners avoid speaking English until they feel confident about their grammar, believing that mistakes will make them look bad. The truth. Making mistakes is a natural and necessary part of the learning process. Waiting for perfect grammar will only slow your progress. Communication is more important than correctness, especially in conversations. How to embrace mistakes. Practice. Speaking early. Start speaking as soon as possible, even if you're unsure. About your grammar. Learn from feedback. When someone corrects you, take it as an opportunity to improve rather than a reason to feel embarrassed. Focus on communication first. Aim to get your message across. Grammar can be fine-tuned over time. Myth 6. Learning English is expensive. The myth. Some people think they need expensive courses, private tutors, or high-end apps to learn English effectively. The truth. While professional courses can be helpful, there are plenty of free or low-cost resources available that can help you achieve fluency. How to learn on a budget. Use free apps. Duolingo, eMemrise, and BBC Learning English are excellent resources for vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation practice. Watch free content. YouTube is filled with educational channels such as English Addict with Mr. Steve or Rachel's English. Join free language exchanges. Platforms like Tandem and HelloTalk connect you with people who want to practice languages for free. Borrow resources. Use your local library or free online archives to access English books, audiobooks, and magazines. Myth 7. Fluency takes years. The myth. It's a common belief that becoming fluent in English takes a decade or more. The truth. With focused and consistent practice, you can achieve conversational fluency in 5 to 6 months. The key is to practice every day and prioritize quality over quantity. How to accelerate fluency. Create a daily schedule. Dedicate at least 2-4 hours a day to a mix of listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Set realistic milestones. Break your fluency journey into smaller, achievable goals. For example, focus on mastering introductions in the first month and discussing hobbies in the second. Use active learning methods. Engage deeply with the material by taking notes, asking questions, and practicing what you learn. Myth 8. Only people with a talent for languages can succeed. The myth: some believe that language learning is a natural talent, and if you're not gifted, you won't succeed. The truth: language learning is a skill that anyone can develop with practice. It's more about discipline, consistency, and using the right methods than innate talent. How to build language learning skills. Stay disciplined. Treat learning English like any other skill, such as playing an instrument or learning to cook. Use trial and error. Experiment with different learning techniques until you find what works best for you. Adopt a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to improve and celebrate your progress along the way. Takeaway: debunking myths for better learning. By addressing these myths, you can clear away unnecessary doubts and focus on what really matters in your English learning journey: consistent effort, effective strategies, and a positive mindset. Remember, every learner is unique, and your path to fluency doesn't need to follow anyone else's timeline. The next time you hear a discouraging myth, remind yourself that learning English is entirely achievable, and the tools, resources, and strategies to succeed are already within your reach. Let's move on to the next section, where we'll discuss overcoming challenges and staying motivated. B5. Skill development. Building fluency through the 4 key skills. To achieve fluency in English, you must develop 4 core language skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each skill plays a crucial role in your overall language development, and together, they create a solid foundation for effective communication. In this section, we will break down each skill, explain why it's essential, and provide detailed strategies for mastering them. Let's dive in. Skill 1. Listening. Train your ear to understand English. Why listening is important. Listening is the foundation of language learning. It helps you understand pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, and how words and sentences are used naturally. Strong listening skills also make it easier to pick up new vocabulary and improve your speaking ability. Strategies for improving listening skills. Start with comprehensible. Input. Choose listening materials that match your current level. For beginners, try slow-paced podcasts or videos designed for language learners. Gradually increase the difficulty as you improve, moving on to movies, audiobooks, or podcasts for native speakers. Active listening. Don't just listen passively. Engage with the material. Pause the audio, repeat what you hear, and try to mimic the speaker's tone and pronunciation. Write down new words or phrases you hear and look them up later. Shadowing. Technique. Listen to a short clip of a native speaker. Repeat what they say immediately after, mimicking their pronunciation, rhythm, and tone. This method improves both listening and speaking simultaneously. Diverse listening sources. Explore different accents and speaking styles by listening to content from the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia, and other English-speaking regions. Listen to a variety of materials, including news broadcasts, interviews, and casual conversations. Consistency is key. Dedicate at least 20 to 30 minutes daily to focused listening practice. Over time, this will train your brain to process English more efficiently. Skill 2. Speaking, building confidence and fluency. Why speaking is important. Speaking is the most direct way to communicate in English. Developing this skill requires practice, confidence, and the willingness to make mistakes. The more you speak, the more natural and automatic your use of the language will become. Strategies for improving speaking skills. Practice. Daily. Speak English every day, even if it's just to yourself. Narrate your day, describe what you see, or talk about your plans. Example: I'm making breakfast right now. I need to buy some groceries later. Find speaking partners. Join language exchange programs such as Tandem or Hello Talk to connect with native speakers or fellow learners. Participate in online or local English conversation groups to practice real-life conversations. Imitate native speakers. Watch English movies or TV shows and repeat phrases or dialogues. Try to match the speaker's tone, speed, and pronunciation. Example: pick a scene from your favorite movie and practice saying the lines aloud. Overcome fear of mistakes. Remember, making mistakes is a natural part of learning. Focus on communication, not perfection. Practice in low-pressure environments, such as talking to yourself or practicing with a friend. Record yourself. Record yourself speaking and listen to the playback. This helps you identify areas for improvement, such as pronunciation or sentence structure. Skill 3. Reading. Expanding vocabulary and understanding grammar. Why reading is important. Reading exposes you to new vocabulary, sentence structures, and ideas. It helps reinforce grammar rules and improves comprehension, which enhances your overall communication skills. Strategies for improving reading skills. Start simple. Begin with materials suited to your level, such as children's books, short stories, or beginner-level articles. Gradually move on to more challenging texts like novels, newspapers, or academic articles. Read aloud. Reading aloud helps improve pronunciation and fluency. It also reinforces the connection between written and spoken English. Keep a vocabulary notebook. Write down new words you encounter while reading, along with their definitions and example sentences. Review them regularly to build your vocabulary. Use context clues. If you come across unfamiliar words, try to understand their meaning from the surrounding context before looking them up in a dictionary. Diversify reading materials. Read a variety of content, such as news articles, blogs, recipes, and manuals. This will expose you to different writing styles and topics. Set reading goals. Aim to read for 20 to 30 minutes daily. Set specific goals, like finishing a chapter or article, to stay motivated. Skill 4. Writing. Organizing thoughts and mastering grammar. Why writing is important. Writing helps you structure your thoughts, practice grammar, and reinforce vocabulary. It's also essential for communication in professional and academic settings, such as writing emails, essays, or reports. Strategies for improving writing skills. Start a journal. Write about your daily experiences, thoughts, or goals in English. This practice helps you organize ideas and build confidence. Example: today, I went to the park and saw a lot of people jogging. The weather was sunny and perfect for a walk. Practice writing emails or messages. Write short emails, texts, or comments in English. Practice communicating clearly and politely. Get feedback. Share your writing with a tutor, teacher, or language partner and ask for constructive feedback. Learn sentence structure. Pay attention to how sentences are formed in English. Practice using different sentence types, such as declarative, interrogative, and imperative sentences. Expand vocabulary through writing. Challenge yourself to use newly learned words in your writing. This helps reinforce your memory and understanding of their usage. Use online tools. Tools like Grammarly can help you identify and correct grammar or spelling mistakes in your writing. Combining the 4 skills, an integrated approach. To truly develop fluency, you need to integrate all 4 skills into your learning routine. Here's how. Daily practice plan. Spend time on each skill every day. For example, 8 minutes listening to a podcast. 8 minutes speaking by narrating your activities or chatting with a partner. 8 minutes reading an article or book. 8 minutes writing. A short journal entry. Use skills. Together, after reading an article, summarize it aloud, speaking, or write about it in your journal, writing. After listening to a podcast, discuss what you learned with a partner, speaking, or write a review, writing. Review and reflect. Regularly review your progress in each skill. Reflect on areas where you're improving and identify what needs more attention. Final thoughts on skill development. Developing fluency in English requires a balanced and consistent approach to mastering listening, speaking, reading, and writing. By dedicating time to each skill and integrating them into your daily routine, you'll make steady progress toward fluency. Remember, the key is practice, patience, and persistence. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward. In the next section, we'll discuss overcoming challenges and staying motivated to ensure you remain consistent on your English learning journey. Let's keep going. P6. Staying motivated and conclusion. Maintaining your drive and celebrating your success. Introduction to motivation. Learning English is an exciting journey, but let's be honest, it's not always easy. There will be days when progress feels slow, mistakes seem endless, and the idea of giving up crosses your mind. That's why staying motivated is just as important as mastering grammar rules or building vocabulary. Motivation is the fuel that keeps you moving forward, even when challenges arise. In this section, we'll explore practical strategies to stay motivated throughout your English learning journey. Then, we'll wrap up with a powerful conclusion to inspire and empower you as you work toward fluency. Part 1. Staying motivated. Set clear and achievable goals. Goals give you direction and purpose. Without them, it's easy to feel lost or overwhelmed. Break goals into milestones. Instead of aiming for fluency as a broad goal, set smaller, specific milestones. Example: learn 50 new words this week, or have a 10-minute conversation in English by the end of the month. Track your progress. Keep a journal or use an app to record what you've learned. Celebrate each accomplishment, no matter how small. Focus on your why. Why are you learning English? Your reason is your strongest motivator. Define your purpose. Is it for career advancement, travel, education, or connecting with people worldwide? Write down your reasons and revisit them whenever you feel discouraged. Visualize your success. Imagine yourself confidently speaking English in a job interview, understanding a movie without subtitles, or traveling abroad without language barriers. Make learning fun and engaging. Learning doesn't have to feel like a chore. The more enjoyable your methods, the more likely you are to stick with them. Use interactive resources. Explore language apps like Duolingo, Memories, or Babbel that turn learning into a game. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, or YouTube videos in English. Incorporate hobbies. Love cooking. Watch English recipe videos. Passionate about sports? Follow English-speaking athletes or commentators. Connect with the community. You're not alone in this journey. Engaging with others can provide support, accountability, and inspiration. Join language groups. Find local or online English learning groups where you can practice and share tips. Find a study buddy. Partner with someone who shares your goals. You can motivate each other and track progress together. Engage on social media. Follow language influencers, join English learning forums, and participate in challenges. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Fear of making mistakes can hold you back. Shift your mindset to view errors as part of the process. Learn from each mistake. When you make a grammar error or mispronounce a word, take note and correct it for next time. Celebrate effort over perfection. The fact that you're trying is a success in itself. Focus on progress, not perfection. Reward yourself. Recognize your hard work and give yourself rewards to stay motivated. Set rewards for milestones. Example: treat yourself to your favorite meal after completing a study goal. Plan a trip or activity to celebrate reaching a major milestone. Incorporate fun breaks. Balance intense study sessions with relaxing activities you enjoy. Part 2. Conclusion. Reflecting on the journey. Learning English is more than just acquiring a new language. It's about personal growth, building confidence, and unlocking opportunities. Every word you learn, sentence you write, and conversation you have brings you closer to your goals. The process, not perfection. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means being able to communicate effectively and confidently. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes. The goal is progress, not flawlessness. Celebrate small wins. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Acknowledge and celebrate these achievements. Key takeaways. Let's summarize the most important points from this lesson. Fluency is achievable with dedication and strategy. Focus on consistent effort, quality practice, and clear goals. Build the 4 essential skills. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing form the foundation of fluency. Motivation is the key to sustainability. Stay connected to your purpose. Engage with the community, and reward your progress. Mistakes are part of the process. Every mistake is an opportunity to learn and grow. Looking ahead. The journey to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. Some days will be easier than others, but the key is to keep moving forward. Embrace the process, stay curious, and maintain a positive mindset. Final words of encouragement. You've already taken the first step by committing to learning English, and that's something to be proud of. Remember, fluency isn't just about language, it's about opening doors to new opportunities, connecting with people worldwide, and becoming the best version of yourself. Keep practicing, keep growing, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. You're not just learning a language, you're creating a brighter future for yourself. Believe in your ability to succeed and never give up. Call to action. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons and tips. Let's continue this journey together. Remember, every word you learn brings you closer to your goals. Stay motivated, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep going. You've got this. Great job today. With every step, you're becoming more confident in your English listening and speaking skills. Remember, consistency is the key to improvement. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.